What's going on, everyone? So, one of the most hated men in America right now might be Bogdan Bogdanovic, just because of all the mess he was talking, particularly against Carmelo Anthony, who's like just catching strays everywhere. I mean, even LeBron basically turned it on because he was talking smack to Anthony Davis. But look, at the end of the day, I don't really care about any of that stuff, right? Care about the competition. I don't care about the smack talk. Good, let that happen. He got put in his place, right? I'm all for that. Care about the Lakers winning basketball games. Care about the Lakers being the best team possible. And so I want to ask the question and kind of break this down and dive into it. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below about potentially trading for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, of course you want to trade for him because, he just did this in the Olympics. Well, yeah, that's part of it. He was excellent in the Olympics. But two, we had these talks about Bogdan Bogdanovic and DeJounte Murray and Clint Capella and all these Atlanta players at the trade deadline when the Lakers were interested in these guys, right? So kind of makes sense that maybe they'd be interested in Bogdan Bogdanovic once again. Now, some people might say LeBron would never let that happen. LeBron doesn't care about the trash talking at the Olympics. He's in the moment. If Bogdan can win LeBron games and potentially another championship, why wouldn't he? Now, on the surface of Bogdan Bogdanovic, right? 31 years old, he's making $17 million a year, and he's still under contract for 2 more seasons after this. So, there's some money to be taken on. He's a guy comfortable coming off the bench. He's comfortable starting. Problem is that there would be that redundancy with a Bogdan and a Austin Reeves, right? Kind of have two similar players, right? But Bogdan is a 3-point shooter, right? He is the 3-and-D type 2 guard, but not really with the D, right? He had the same defensive rating as Reeves and D'Lo had last year. So he's not this like great prolific defender. He's not this guy that's locking down guys. But as like an elite scorer and shooter off the bench, because again, 38% on 7 to 8 attempts, like that's pretty elite to me. Like that's great. And the Lakers could very much use that, and you just have that guy that could, slot in at the 2, the 3, kind of hit shots. You can run Braun at the point at times and even have him out there as it slotted in the point position, but LeBron's really kind of operating as the point, out of like the power forward position or whatever. I don't hate the idea. Again, as always, it's not just Bogdan Bogdanovic, it's Bogdan Bogdanovic right? Something I talked about with DeAndre Hunter, right? Like, could you work something out to, hey, if you take both of them, you basically have them, right? Help us clear off some of this salary and stuff. And you're trading D'Lo and, Rui and various guys to go get that sizable wing and forward along with another, 2 guard that could have some potential. Or maybe you're going and getting a Clint Capella or something. So you got your center. He's on an expiring deal. You got Bogdan Bogdanovic, right? Again, I don't hate the idea. Not my favorite idea, if I'm being honest. Like, kind of just more of a fun conversation. Like, let's explore some stuff. Let's dive into some stuff. But I think he's kind of, you always need more shooting. Lakers definitely need more shooting. He would be great. I would love to have him. If tomorrow we got news that the Lakers traded for him, I'd be all over that. I'd be pumped. I'd be excited, right? Whether he starts, coming off the bench, whatever. The guy's 17-point-a-game guy. Give you a 17, 4, and 4. Basically Reeves type numbers. But just, again, an efficient, high-volume shooter, which the Lakers could really need. And, again, he's not afraid of the moment. We just saw, in one of the biggest stages, right? And lit up Team USA. And then LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry had to take over down the stretch and close that out. Otherwise, him and Jokic, and they might have pulled that off. It was looking like they were going to. So, again, he's got the confidence. He's a guy that come in, slot in seamlessly. Him alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and just the open looks and opportunities that he would get. Whew, man, it'd be tough. I think he'd easily be a 40+% 3-point shooter. Right? He was 40% 2 seasons ago. Play alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, just getting those type of looks. But again, I don't think he is a significant need, right? Like, I don't think he's a guy that but it almost would be, in a way, like a move to do a move, right? Like, not going to complain about adding a 17-point a game guy that is excellent off ball and primarily a shooter, right? Like, you're not going to really be upset about that. But again, obviously, I'd prefer that 3 and D wing. I prefer that center. There's just other things that I'd prefer rather than just like another Austin Reeves. It's kind of the issue that you have with I think Austin Reeves is more versatile. Like, I want to be clear about that. I think Austin Reeves is better. I'd rather have Austin Reeves over Bogdan Bogdanovic personally. Again, Bogdan Bogdanovic, shooting wise, fantastic. But Reeves he just has a better all around game, right? And he's just better at like creating shots and getting to his spots better, and even being like an initiator and making the occasional play. So again, I think Reeves is better, but in that mold of like that not really athletic, right? Kind of catch, shoot, play off ball, give you 17, 4 and 4, which is basically what Reeves gives you. That's what I mean by like, another Reeves, right? Doesn't really play defense, right? If he was some like lockdown defensive guy that, could shoot 38% from 3, then yeah, sure, go get something like that. But the reality is he's just not that. So you're talking about kind of replacing a D-Lo to add a D-Lo just without the playmaking. Right, high volume shooter, knock it down, play off ball type thing. So again, it's not really something that I would run to the door for. But again, I mean, if he's like one of a piece, I don't hate the idea. Right? Again, if you're getting him in like maybe a Hunter or maybe you're working out some 3-team deal and like you're maybe Atlanta's like, man, hey, we'll take D'Lo just so we can clear off the salary. So we'll give you, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and then maybe the Lakers are getting a Cam Johnson from the Nets or something, right? Maybe they want Rui and a piece, right? So you're kind of working this 3-team deal to where, you're getting Bogdan and a Cam Johnson, something like that. Then sure, like I wouldn't hate it, right? Because it's like, okay, you filled a need there with that. Got another just scoring threat and shooter, and then you still have a couple pieces to maybe go make a move or two, right? Because again, I don't think you'd have to give up a ton for Bogdan Bogdanovic and a team like Atlanta, but they also might want to keep him, right? They might move him to the starting 2, but him and Trey would be tough, right? So it's just, I mean, we know that like essentially everybody's available on Atlanta, right? Even Trae Young was supposed to be a target for teams, specifically the Lakers, and that just like dissipated. Maybe it's just because there's not really competition, so maybe the Lakers are like, it's still going to be there, right? So there's not really any like need for it, but just kind of an interesting thought. But nonetheless, like with Bogdan Bogdanovic, I think he's an excellent shooter. I mean, I was open to adding him, at the trade deadline. Right? Like, I mean, I wanted DeJounte Murray, too. So it was like, if we could get Bogdan and DeJounte, then sure, let's do that. But fortunately, we weren't able to do that. Unfortunately, he ends up going to the Pelicans. But, I don't hate the idea of adding him if we get the another piece or two. Again, it's always this and. I'm not going to complain about adding a 17-point a game guy that shoots 40% on, or we'll call it 38%, because that's what he is for his career, 38% on, 7-8 attempts per game. That'd be great, especially in the type of offense and system that JJ Redick wants to run. I mean, he would get all kinds of clean looks, all kinds. I mean, he'd probably get 10 attempts per game and shoot 40%, right? So, I mean, give you just 12 points a game just automatically by, just 3 points alone. It's not counting anything else. But, again, not my favorite move, if I'm being honest. I like it, don't love it. Again, kind of just a fun, exploratory, hey, where's, how's the temperature with him? How do people think or feel about him? But again, if I could get, like, if they were like, hey, we'll trade you a Hunter and you don't have to give us a first or anything if you take Bogdan Bogdanovic because, we're we want to clear off some salary and we want to make some moves and stuff, then sure, right? Or, you throw a couple seconds or something like that. But I'm not giving up a first for anybody on Atlanta outside of like Trey. I just don't think anyone on Atlanta is worth the first. But, everybody has a price, right? If the price is right, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Also, you have Dalton Connect, which is something else I probably should have mentioned. But Bogdan at least is proven, right? Connect's that question mark. Right, because I'm sure somebody's going to be like, oh, well, we got Dalton Connect. Why do we need, Bogdan Bogdanovic? So for those that stayed this long, you see I addressed it. So you'll know when you see the comments. Like, oh, yeah, see, look, Tyler was right. But, yeah, no, I like, the thing is, like, Dalton Connect, I love the idea of Dalton Connect. I think he's a guy that come in, play now, plug and play, let's go. But he is a big question mark, right? Can he translate? At least Bogdan translates. Right? You don't have to worry about that. So just something to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea? Do you hate the idea? Somewhere in between. Again, just a fun conversation. Talk about it. Just saw him light up Team USA. Why not have him just, again, kind of test the waters. But how do you feel? Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.